Hello, beautiful people. How are you this day? I hope that you're all well and that you are ready for another review. If this is your first time to my channel, again, hi, how are you? My name is Eleftheria and I am a front-end developer. In this video, we are going to do a review on 5 or 6 websites. Some of them are like cool little projects, some of them are portfolios, and some other stuff as well. Before we get started, please don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also do check out the description box because there you can find all the websites that we are going to review, but also you can find for free how you can have your website or your portfolio or your cool project reviewed by me for free, obviously. And now, without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so the first website that we are going to see is a project from FreeCoD and it's hosted on codepen. And the person who has done this project is Batsou. If I'm not wrong, Batsou is a young developer, a web developer, and as I've mentioned, this is a project from FreeCoD. I don't think that this person has like a lot of experience, so we are going to be let's say not very hard with this review. Okay, so I do like the colors, I do like the color contrast between this color and that one. I like that we have a photo. I would prefer that photo to look a little bit more professionally, let's say. So the background could be white, not have a lot of colors, and we could have like a better light. Actually, I know that right now I don't have like a good light on me, but it's because it's afternoon and I don't have like a lot of physical light. Anyway, so I would prefer to see this image be a little bit more bright, and maybe here I would like to see your full name, because imagine that I'm like a boss or a hiding person. I would like to know who exactly you are, and here I only have your name, I don't have like any other details. So my suggestion would be to have your full name there, maybe like your social media, maybe where you're located, if you're looking for a job, if you are like if you like something specifically, like you like front-end development, back-end development, something else, like give some more details. And if you have like a lot of things to say, maybe you could have your photos on left, on right, and on the other part have your details. And then on the second part you have your projects, and I can see those things here. Again, some additions or some improvements would be to add an image from example from survey, from tribute page, from product landing page project, okay. And also you could align them a little bit better, so maybe do the alignment on the left, on the right, or in the middle, but this is not a very well aligned thing because I don't understand the alignment very well. I think that you have a row here, and in this row you have aligned this and this one, and on the second row you try to align those two things, but the first row with the second row isn't very well aligned. So maybe a suggestion would be to add some images and also do the alignment in the middle, but stick to both the first row and the second row, so everything would be on the middle. Now the last part is your contact, and it says like, here's my contact info. You actually don't need that because it's obvious what it is. We know that it's your contact info. Another suggestion would be to add here the codepen icon and add here the Twitter icon. Now on codepen you have the C capitalized, but on Twitter you don't have the T capitalized. So again, try to do everywhere the same thing. So if you have here the C capitalized, then also do the same for Twitter. And you don't actually need so much space. You could just have like a footer, and in that footer it could be like one line, and there add your codepen and Twitter profile. And you don't even actually need the word profile, so you could delete that word, you could delete the word profile, you could just have a codepen and a Twitter link or just an image, and that's it. You don't really need a lot of things. So that part could be like a lot smaller. The height of that part could be like a lot less. The other thing that I noticed is that you don't have the correct order up here. The about section is this one, then you have the projects, and then you have the contact. The contact, since it's the last part, should be in the end. Then you should have my projects, and then you should have the about me section. So first about, then my projects, and then contact. And the last thing that I would like to mention is that I can assume that you try to have like a sticky header, but as you can see, it doesn't work very well because some of these things are being hidden by your sticky header. I think that if you check out the W3 School website, you will find a way to improve your header, so we don't have like this case that some things are being hidden. Okay? And if you also want to make something extra, you could find a way to remove that thing right here, so we wouldn't be able to see the scroll bar. You could also add here a scroll to top button, and some other small changes. But as far as I can see, since you are a beginner, I think that for now you did do a good job. Okay, let's continue to the second project for today, which again is in codepen, and this is a product landing page. We can see the product info, demonstration, and pricing. We can see the logo here, everlasting security, a nice big clear image, and then some basic info like the product info. If I click on here, I will go to the demonstration. Now on the demonstration, you can see like a small problem that I have to scroll just a little bit to take like the whole section. So the demonstration goes here, but actually the demonstration starts here. So maybe be just a little bit more careful with that part. And you also have, in the last part, you have the pricing, which again, there is the same small problem. Like I have to scroll a little bit to the top to see everything. Something else that I would change is that probably I would add some more padding or margin right here, because these things are like too close to each other and we don't want that. And maybe I would have like 4 of them, 2 in the first row and 2 in the second row. So I wouldn't say like 3 here and 1 here. I would say 2 here and 2 here, and you could make the alignment again in the center or in the middle, so it would look a little bit better. The other thing is that I cannot do anything with those things, so I cannot click on purchase. Maybe it would be nice to see some more info, but I get it, since this is just a demonstration page, since this is like not something official, this is okay. I like the color combination, I like the font size and the font family. You stick to some simple things, but this is something actually good, because a lot of people try to connect a lot of things, so they try to have like like crazy font families and very big letters or very small letters, or they play with the default ones, but the result is not as good as they think they are. So sometimes if you don't know how to do something, just stick to the basics and to the default ones. Okay, and the last part is here for registration and register. Since this is a landing page, I don't think that you need to register. Maybe you want something like a newsletter, but not a register, okay? And on the last part, you have the footer with 2017. Why is that 2017? I think that it should be like 2020. And also you have here like these social media icons, but they are not working. Maybe you could add your social media accounts, so at least those things would work. All in all, it's a nice work, but I think, as I said, that you are missing small parts, some small details, and if you add those small details, your project will be a lot better. Okay, now let's continue to the third one, which is coming from Darnell, and the previous project that we saw was again from Darnell. This project, okay, so we just like reviewed this one, and also the previous time in the previous review video we had watched this one. We had done a review in this project right here, and Darnell asked me this time, how can we make a portfolio, a minimal portfolio, look good? This is a nice question, but since it's a minimal portfolio, it will look good. You don't have to make a lot of changes, you don't have to add a lot of things. Because it's minimal, it's hard not to be good. I think that what you were trying to say is how we can make a portfolio look good when we don't have a lot of things to add. So for example, in this case, I can see that you haven't add a lot of things. You have the About Me section, and here you could add your social media links like Twitter, GitHub, LinkedIn, and this kind of stuff. I like that you have your face here. I like that you have with big letters here, hello, I'm Darnell, web developer, game programmer, and writer. I do like that. So add here your social media links, and then you have your projects. Something that I would change in this section is that when I hover over those things, I can see that you have the title. I would have the title always visible. Okay, so it will be faster for the user or the reader to understand what are your projects about. Here you could also add the tech that you used to build those projects. For example, this project could be built with React, or it could have been built with only HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So you could have here maybe the icons of the technologies and something like that. Something else that you could add in a minimal portfolio would be your skills. Like you could say, my experience is on HTML, CSS, JavaScript, maybe Java or anything else. You could write, currently I'm learning this and this and that technology. You could say my hobbies are this and this and this and this. So I would get a feeling of how you are as a person. And these are some things that definitely a minimal portfolio could include. Something else that you could add is also if you have a blog, if you write articles, you could definitely add your articles here. The last part is the contact, and on the contact I would also make some changes. Some of the stuff that I would change is that I would make this part in just one line. So this would be aligned horizontally and not vertically, and you could also add the images of the icons of GitHub, email, and Twitter, so it would be even faster for the user to understand what you're talking about right here. These are like small changes, but trust me, it will make your portfolio look even better. Apart from that, again, I do like the colors. I do like that you have here a big part of who you are and your name and like web developer and stuff like that. Yep, pretty much that's it. I liked your portfolio. Do make the changes that I suggested, and you will see that your portfolio will look better at no time. Cool, let's continue with the fourth project. And to be honest, I think that this project, it's the top 10 recent movies. I think that it could be improved a lot. I mean, just as I'm scrolling, I think that you can see that there are some things that either missing or again they could be improved. Something that I don't really like is this gray background. This gray background makes it look a little bit oldish, while it's actually not an old project, it's a very modern project. And I would make this gray color maybe black, maybe white, maybe blue. Blue is a nice color. And I would add like a bigger image, like the width could be a bigger one, so it could be like this whole part right here. As for the details, you could also add some more details. and this color right here, it's a reddish kind of color. It could be something else, maybe a green one, or I don't know. Oh, okay, so maybe it's a red because it's too low. Okay, so I can see here that you have like that color and some other stuff like that. I tried to play a little bit with this website, so I tried to inspect it and see what changes I could do. I also did check that website on a mobile phone, and it's quite responsive, but again there are some things that could be improved. Anyway, something that I would for sure like change would be some colors. I didn't like, as I've mentioned, that gray color, so probably I would change, maybe I would go with a blue one, and then I don't know, I think that there is also like a shadow, like here, as you can see there is a shadow. Probably I would like remove that shadow. I don't think that we need that shadow. Or it's like this box sizing thing. I don't know, but I think that again there are some improvements that you could make, and also you could add quite a few things. In the end, you could have added here your social media links, you could have added why you build that project, or again, you know, some other details for you. You also write here that this project is built with React.js, and you also have the icon here of React. Maybe you could change the favicon and add like a favicon that it's about movies. And yeah, I think that pretty much that's it. Just the biggest change would be this gray color, like remove the gray background, remove that shadow right here, you don't really need it, give some padding right here, or remove that line completely. These are like different boxes. You shouldn't have them as boxes, you could like display them very simple, and I think that this would look quite better. You could try that, and yeah, just play a little bit more with this project, and I think that you can improve it quite a lot. Okay, now we have like another project that I don't know why, but it's not really finished. And you guys try to send me projects that are finished and you're proud of your project, or you want some nice suggestions. Because although someone sent me this project, I feel that it's unfinished. So I cannot give like a proper review to an unfinished project. Something that I did notice is, of course, like this huge footer. Why would you need like such a huge footer? Align those things, like every part of those things could be aligned horizontally, so not everything should be vertically aligned. The other thing that I didn't understand is why we have like these lines right here. I don't really get that. Maybe you should erase them, you should delete them. Then there is this Twitter icon. I don't know why this is here, like I don't really get it. And obviously the biggest problem is that on the left, like I'm missing some parts. The alignment here is not very well done. The responsiveness is not very well done. This is not a responsive project, and projects today in 2020 should be responsive, and they should look good in every screen, in every monitor, either it's a website or it's a mobile. So also pay attention to that thing, because it's really a big part of your project. And here, as you can see, I'm obviously missing some things, like I don't get that. Here the first thing is that I'm missing an icon, and I have here something that I don't know what is this all about. And if I click here, like let's say freelance, and I will click here that thing, I will click on find jobs. Okay, something is being done, it's loading quite slowly, and there is also no animation. So when something takes time to load, always add an animation for the user. Okay, let's say that I have here the results. There is this read more button, which I'm not sure if it's going to that block right here or to that block right here. It should be about this block, the first block, but why is this button below that? Like, I don't get that. This is not good UX. If this button is about this block, then have this button inside here. And obviously here again you're missing some padding or some margin. Here you don't need this shadow. This also makes your website looks a little bit oldish and not so modern. Anyway, I'm going to click on read more, and here again I can see the same thing in your header. I don't have an image here and I think that I should have one. I can see some details, which is a good part. I can see all those things, which maybe it's kind of too much. Why would I need to have like a Pinterest in a job? I don't get all of those things. I think that some of those things could be deleted or again removed. I see again this big footer. I don't understand why this footer is like takes so much place. I will hit the back button, and something that I noticed is confirm from form submission. This is something that obviously shouldn't happen, and I checked that also before I started with that video, and I didn't get it, like why is this thing happening. Also do pay attention on that. And the last thing that I will mention is that here you have like the industry and gender and cities and other details. I think that those things could be on the top part and not on the right part, so the other person wouldn't have to scroll so much to see those details. So those things should be somewhere here. A lot of improvements could be done to that website as well, so please be a little bit more careful with the things that you're sending to me. Of course, feel free to send me whatever you want, but also be ready to take my critique or feedback. Okay, let's continue this time with a portfolio. And this portfolio is coming from Batsou. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. So yeah, it says, I'm a product guy. I just want to work. I just want to ship things. I just want to build stuff. Okay, cool. We have email me and download resume, and we don't have anything else, so I cannot scroll down left, top or right. It's only those things. And if I click on projects, then I'm being transferred on GitHub. It's nice, and I can see that in GitHub you have a lot of things, but as we have mentioned in previous reviews, the user shouldn't be taken away from your main website. So all of these things should be opened as I click the right click. So all those things should be open in a different window and not on the main one. And now these two things, the GitHub and the projects, pretty much they both open in GitHub. So maybe you could have only one of those two things. Maybe you could have only projects or only GitHub. And something else that you could add in the main website right here is that you could have actually your projects here, like somewhere here, so the user could see them right away and wouldn't have to click on the projects or on GitHub. And the same thing could be done with blog, because I did notice that you have a blog, so you have articles. This is like really cool, but you could add those articles again right here in your main website. And if you have some time, then please do add your projects and your blogs here, and it will make your portfolio look even better. Then you have Twitter and LinkedIn. I think that the correct way that you should have them, or not the correct way, but the way that I see most often is projects, then blog, and then GitHub, Twitter, and LinkedIn, because they are social media. They are usually here on the footer. So maybe you could have those three things here in the footer and not in your header. Other than that, I like that you have played with black and white, so you have that nice minimal feeling over here. I like the color blue. As for the animation and the hover effect, I do like that one, so keep it, but maybe minimize it a little bit, so the shadow could be a little bit smaller, and as the buttons are scaling up a little bit, maybe you could have that scale not so much, but again just a little bit smaller. Other than that, a really nice project. Also, please do make the effort to add those little things like the projects and the blog posts right here. Also make the social media links down here in the footer, and it will look even better. Okay, and the last project that we are going to review for today, it's called Face, and I think that Face is being done by Porus. I hope again that I'm pronouncing the name correctly. As I said, in the description box you can find all the links for these projects that we are reviewing right now. And it says under image URL, and then it has like detect. I was trying to figure out what exactly this project is all about because there are no other info. Please peruse, do add some more info, maybe here in the footer some links about your work, about who you are, about why you built that project. But anyway, you also have that icon right here that I couldn't understand, and I still cannot understand what this icon is all about. Anyway, because it says like enter a URL, I went to my like Instagram account and I found some photos of me. So the first one like is that one. I take the URL, I will paste it right here, and I will click on detect. And what this project does is detecting your face, and it has like detected my face correctly. I also took that image right here, which has again my face but a lot smaller. I would like to see here a clear button, so I wouldn't have to delete the URL on my own. It's not like it's a big word to delete everything on your own, but if you had like an erase button, it would be even easier. So even in smaller images, it can detect like pretty well the face. And then I did try to do the same thing with an image that doesn't have a face. So let's also detect that one. And I don't know why, but it shows like it has a face right here. If I try to reload that, let's check it again, because maybe it's a small bug, I don't know. Yeah, because like right now it doesn't show any face. So maybe this is a small bug. Other than that, I wouldn't have anything else to mention. Just I mentioned in the beginning of that website, add some information about yourself, about that project, maybe add a header, maybe add a delete button to delete the URL, and add something else. But yeah, all in all, again, like as I said, it is a nice, cool project. Alright guys, that was it. Please don't forget to check out the description box and also find a way how you can participate with your own portfolio, with your own cool project for free. You just have to fill a Google form, and then I will do the review for you. Please don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel. Stay home, stay safe, and see you really soon.